The champ
What?
is here.
This man, somebody get this man, please, please. Did you get that from your A and J unboxing?
I did. I
Okay,
did.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I didn't watch it, but I was just
Wow.
asking.
Wow.
See what had happened was, see what had happened was, you know, see what, the stuff and things that happened, and it wasn't my fault though. But anyway,
It was.
moving on, we got to talk about this Impact Wrestling for the first episode of February. It's actually 2-1, not 2-2. I put 2-2 by accident, but 2-1, 2017. I go change that. I got to put it on live anyway. So definitely excited. I was definitely excited about this show for whatever reason, and I'm probably weird. I was just excited to see what they would do with the four-sided ring. I mean, I know there's not a huge difference, but for whatever reason, I was like, four-sided ring. I'm so excited. Like, I don't know why. Like, I was like, I gotta watch the show now. I don't know what it was, but like for whatever reason, the four-sided ring was like just really a big deal to me. For whatever, I don't know why.
I think it was just refreshing, like just something new. That because we've had the six-sided ring is awesome, but we've had it for so long that going back to the four-sided ring, it's like it's a breath of fresh air. I think.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, as I often do, I'm gonna change it up to tonight. I'm gonna try something different. If you guys like it, let me know. If you guys don't,
This
let me
sucks.
know. You haven't even. Well, I feel like every show is the same template. It's no fun. Like, what's the difference between an NXT review and an Impact review? See, we always changing up around here in Impact, baby. We always changing it up here in Impact. That's how we do it. Chase.
Rabbit is the difference.
True. Rabbit is the true difference. But see, so I write a 5 takeaways piece on dailyddt.com. It has not been posted yet because I'm just finishing it up now. Obviously, I just watched the show, but I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this 5 takeaways style review. Ironically enough, usually I don't talk about everything in my 5 takeaways piece. Ironically enough, I talked about almost everything in my 5 takeaways piece this week. But if you want to add anything in, feel free. I don't mind. Obviously, we're not gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm like, hey, tell me what you think about all 5 of them. No, I'm not gonna kill you like that because that would be awful. My first
a lot though.
Shut up. I don't do it with 5 things. It's like 3.
No,
Shut
up. 6 segments, and you be like, "All right, what'd you think about those?"
That's because they all like backstage, and you're gonna be like, "Well, that was a backstage segment." So, like, anyway, I started off with the four-sided ring because I was really hyped about. Like I said, and like you said, it was kind of refreshing. It was something new. I think if they're gonna be serious about trying to get away from total non-stop action and the stigma that TNA has on it, then they might as well change the ring and do some different things and see if they can get more people to watch. Also, I think it's good for traditionalists as well. Like, because some people won't watch Impact because the ring's 6-sided and they don't like it because they feel like it's not traditional. So I think that could help too. But I was just, for whatever reason, just excited for the four-sided ring. Rabbit, since Casey kind of gave his thoughts, if you have additional thoughts, feel free to give them. But I'm going to go to Rabbit first. Do you have any thoughts on just the four-sided ring aspect as kind of the first kind of takeaway from the show?
Yeah, you already know. I'm disappointed in that whole switch up right there. Because to me, when you start, it's four-sided. Everybody got four-sided ring. So once you do that, you're part of the whole group now. You don't even stand up at all no more. You might well make the ring ropes red and everybody else. So when you say make a change, the point of Impact is to be competition, right? So competition means change from something, or it won't be competition. So it got to be changed from, I say, WWE, right? So if you're doing the same thing WWE doing, which is a huge company, which some people don't even know other wrestling even exist. When you say wrestling to somebody, they think WWE. They don't even know nothing else even go on. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem right there. So when you stick in the full size back the same way they had is and start bringing the same wrestlers, Now you looking the same. Now everything is the same. You don't matter no more. You know, at first you was trying to compete. When you're trying to compete, you looking different. You're doing things different. You're more exciting. You want to make the person turn the channel. Now, if you the same, why change? You might well just keep watching WWE or whatever you watch. It's the same thing now. You know? So to me, it's a big step back from the beginning. This is a big step back for me. You know, the whole year been a step back, but this right here is a big step back to fall back into the crowd. You know, so that's just me. It should have stayed 6-sided. Out of everything, they should have kept that.
Another caveat to the show: we encourage debate now on the Instant Wrestling Podcast and the views. So feel free. If you disagree, you can immediately cut them off. You need to. Rabbit, the same thing. If you disagree, cut me off. Be like, no.
I was letting him finish his. I'm not gonna.
Even though I know Sarah hates that, by the way.
I'm not necessarily going to disagree, but I'm gonna put it this way. I think, in a way, this makes it tougher for Impact in a good way. Whereas, yes, the 6-sided ring made them unique. It made them something, not like every other promotion. But I think after a while, you just kind of rest on that and you kind of get lazy with that and just, oh, well, we're unique anyway because we have the 6-sided ring. Now you go back to the 4-sided ring, you're challenging yourself to find another way to be unique. You're challenging yourself to say, hey, we don't have that anymore. We don't have that crutch to lean on. We have to find something to get the fans to want to watch our product. And it's the same debate we have with WWE for so long. They don't have competition and they just kind of rest on that. And that's why the shows for a while there sucked week after week after week. But as soon as you start to get the competition or start to have to think outside the box, I think that's where things get better for you. So I look at this as a positive. I think it's gonna challenge them to think outside the box.
It's hard to think when you got the 4-sided, you're not thinking outside the box no more. You're the norm. So when you're doing the 6-sides, you got things like the 6-sided steel. Something you can't do with the 4. You know what I'm saying? 6-sided steel, you had the asylum. You can do different things with the 6 sides that you can't do with the 4. When you say 6 sides of steel, that sounds like some. Can't no other promotion do that. They can't have no promotion, no pay-per-view saying 6 sides of steel. See what I'm saying?
If we're thinking about
that makes you unique right there, just having a cage match alone.
But if we're thinking
it's just something that simple.
Honestly, though, when you watch any 4-sided steel cage match versus 6-sided steel cage match, is one really that much better than the other? I honestly don't think so. I mean,
you can do more with the 6 sides up top, walking around.
I mean, but only a handful of people have actually done that. Like Elix Skipper did the one spot.
Nice.
Other than that, they really haven't used that much. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but like I said,
it's there though. It's there to be done. It can be done. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's not there. You can't do it. It can be done. You can do the Peter Skipper joint if you want to, but now you can't.
Well, I think too. Like I think you can. It just depends on how the cage is made. Like I think it depends on who the guy is. Like I still think Elix Skipper. Well, he ain't done in a minute, so maybe not. But I still think Elix Skipper could do it even on a 4-sided cage. I think the 6-sided cage gives him less room to walk. He kind of I think it does look cooler from that aspect because he doesn't have as like you can't. I mean, it's gonna be hard to pivot on that cage.
I mean, Johnny Impact could do it, and on the 4-sided ring, it would look even cooler because he'd have to go farther.
Okay. I'm just a 6-side steel man. It's 6 sides. It has to be there if you want to be standout. That's just me personally. Other than that, you're not there no more.
See, and
people don't see you no more.
I understand both points, because I when they first took away the six-sided ring, I hated it because I felt like you said, they were taking away what made Impact kind of unique. Obviously, there's different things that make Impact unique. There's different things that make every company unique. But like that six-sided ring, although yes, it's a staple in Mexico, it's a staple for this one American promotion that we hadn't seen consistently like ever. So like I can see both sides of the argument, to be honest. Like and that's why I think this time I wasn't as upset about the four-sided ring, because I know what they're doing. You know, I know what Impact is trying to do, what Anthem is trying to do, or whoever owns it at this point is trying to do. But I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, I think they should have went with the triangle shape ring. You know, just try something, you know, even more different. But anyway, moving on. In case you had a point, it looked like you was gonna say something. I'm just trying to let you get it.
I mean, they could go with the 16 sides of steel.
True. 16 sides of steel. You know what I'm saying? And then they got to put the roof on there, and then they put the ring on top of it. You know, they can do a lot of things. You know, they can do a lot of things. Moving on. The next one I was talking about the Grand Championship match, which I really liked, and kind of the new rules we got going on with the Grand Championship. So I guess the Grand Championship from MMA, kind of like Rabbit said, from that unique aspect, is kind of gone now. It's just another mid-card title. No judges, no rounds. And I think this kind of sucks. Now, I'm going to be honest. I would like for them to make this a title where, if they're going to do this, because they've already kind of started it, so I think they could do it. I would like for the Grand Championship to be a title where you can make your own rules. Not necessarily not anything egregious to where, like, obviously you keep the title forever, but like some sort of advantage that would allow it to play in your favor. Matt Sydal thinks he's better at, you know, normal singles matches. Then he changed the rules for it to be a normal singles match. I think the Grand Championship was unique in its own way, and I think now it kind of sucks because it's just a mid-card title now. It's just there now. I would like to see, and I know Casey always looks at me crazy when I say that, but I would like to see like this title be something, because I don't think anybody's ever had a title where you could change the rules of the title, or maybe make it like this can only be defended in a certain stipulation or something like that. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they should still keep the uniqueness of the Grand Championship, because I like it, and I like that they have this mid-card title. But I like the whole rounds and the judges. The judges didn't always make sense. The scores were always the same, but I never paid attention to that after a while. After a while, just like,
I did.
The match for what it was. I know you watched every time, but like I watched what was actually going on in the ring, how the match was going, the flow of the match, and although like it was terribly explained, at times it was kind of weird. For the most part, they put on some good matches under that format, in my opinion. But Matt Sydal did defend the Grand Championship in a normal match against Falaba tonight. Falaba looked really good in this match. I think Falaba is a guy who could be really good if they showcase him more. I don't know what's going on with him and Mario Bokura, but I like that he's kind of getting his time to shine as a singles guy right now, and I think he's looked really good. I think he's a guy with his size. It's kind of hit or miss with him. You're either gonna like him or you're either gonna not. And I like him a lot. He's over with the fans. I don't really know where the over came from with him, like where the reaction came from with him, but he's over with the fans, and I like it. Obviously, Matt Sydal retains the championship. He just won it. So, but it was a good match, though. I thought it was a good match. I thought Falaba did a good job. Matt Sydal, a guy who I don't think has worked with people as big as Falaba. Well, there's not a lot of people that are as big as Falaba anyway. So I think he did a good job in this match. I think both guys did a good job in this match. But Casey, thoughts on the Grand Championship, the new rules, or anything they could do with the Grand Championship? I know I just put 3 points in one. Sorry, but but like, I mean, but they all go in the same thing, though. Like,
I mean, I don't necessarily have an issue with it going back to the normal rules, just because I feel like, in general, the fans weren't really getting behind the whole MMA style. It felt like the fans were kind of dead during the matches, just because you were confused as to the rules. you were confused as to the scoring system. I think, and again, like DJ said before with the four-sided ring, it goes back to, at the end of the day, wrestling fans, for the most part, want traditionalist types of wrestling. Yes, we want the unique matches here and there. We do want the extreme matches here and there, but sometimes you just want a good old-fashioned normal wrestling match. I do kind of like the ideas DJ had, with you can kind of customize the rules to the champion's liking. I think that would be interesting. But also, and not to change the title, because they've had title changes so often, just belts in general. But I would use it almost as a television title, because we haven't had a television title in a while where it's specifically challenged on TV. WWE has never had a television title. I think right now the only company I can really think of that has one is Ring of Honor. I know WCW used to have one, ECW used to have one.
TNA had one.
TNA.
I know. I sound crazy on this one too. Maybe even, and like you said, you don't want to change this title too much, but maybe even like an internet type title. I know that sounds crazy, but the internet is so big now that like I think you could promote that through they promote their YouTube all the crap. The through the YouTube channel or through their Facebook or something like that to get, especially because I think you need a title, especially for Impact, that these guys who can't get Pop TV or who are like, oh man, like I want to watch Impact, but I just can't. They don't know about Watch Wrestling. They don't know about these alternative options to be able to watch it and say, okay, now I can, you know what I'm saying? Because you get a title, it kind of serves the same purpose. But I like the fact that it is just dependent on TV. I like that. But I think if they did something like an internet title, I think that may go farther. Plus, they could do it. They could technically even do it on the Fight app. They could do it exclusively on the Fight app because that's technically through the internet, streamed through the internet.
Well, and I always like television titles because back in the day before the WWE Network, I couldn't always afford pay-per-views, so it was cool actually being able to see a title regularly defended on TV, whereas like the big titles aren't necessarily always defended on TV. It's usually pay-per-views, which sucks for people who got to brokenness. But I definitely love this match. Love Falaba. I love Falaba going, no, no, no. I was like, this man, and the fans chanting "Fat Kids Rule" in reference to the hashtag he uses on Twitter all the time. But definitely like the match. I loved Seidel working on Falaba's leg, and he's like, "This is the only part of him that I'm bigger than." I was like, "You still kind of smaller than his leg, though."
Right, that man got some big legs, like bro.
That man got some big everything. That man just big. But he, like you said, he is over AF, and it just, I don't know why it just happened. Like I don't think 2 weeks ago he was this over, but now it's like bam. What? I don't get it, but I like it. But yeah, definitely a good match. I liked it.
All right, Rabbit.
I always like Falaba from the beginning when he first came out with the steam little roller, whatever he used to do. He don't really do it too much no more now, but I used to love that joint right there. But yeah, this match right here was decent. I like the small drop that Falaba did too. He had a nice clothesline in his match, but he did a lot of no selling. I don't like that, man. That's like a box for me when you no sell, hopping up when it's you supposed to be at least woozy at the least, But Seidel looked good in this match, man. Stiff elbows, spin kicks. He looked good, athletic. So, far as the title itself, I don't like the fact that they changed it again. They just changing everything up. It's turned into a big bowl of WWE Jello over here. But nice concept. It used to be nice concept with the judges. Nice. You can get storylines off judges, storylines off he had more things that you can grab from with the concept they had at first. It was nice. When you had the judges on the side giving their opinion, giving their points. So that's something that should have stayed. And then they had the rounds where you had to know how to wrestle. And you had to be in condition to be in these matches. You know, so something else that's gone that they shouldn't be getting rid of. That's gonna hurt them in the long run. I don't know what they're trying to achieve by getting rid of everything that makes them unique. So it's hard for me to understand what's going on here, you know. But the match was decent, you know. As far as TV titles, you know, you always gotta have a TV title on your roster, you know. WCW used to have a TV title, and they ain't just have anybody had a title. Big name wrestlers was having a TV title, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't just any old title. They should, if they're gonna get rid of all the rules from the title right now, which they shouldn't, and make it a TV title, that'll be a good idea. There's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? But I like DJ idea to bring it in more to the times now, make it an internet title. But the only problem with that is you can't have storylines based on the internet, you know, and how they feeding back, because you can't do your storylines the way you want to. But other than that, if they can find a way to do the storylines with the feedback from people off the internet, that'll be a nice idea to have an internet title. You know, that's a good idea, DJ. You know,
one thing I have to add is, see, I never really thought that they really had to be that conditioned for this match, because, I mean, when I think of being conditioned for a match, I think of, you know, old Iron Man matches where, like, you know, Shawn Michaels went an hour or so. For this, you're going like, what, 10, 15 minutes, then you get a break, and then you go 10, 15 minutes and you get a break? How do you need to be conditioned for that? Bro, I can do something for 10, 15 minutes and then take a break. Like,
one normal match, you ain't even spending as much energy using in one round. First is you're not holding nobody down. You're not pinning nobody down. You're not taking breaks during the matches. You got to be aggressive the whole match. So you're constantly moving. So one round alone, you're spending more energy than some matches that you walk around playing and doing nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like too that the break wasn't always that big of a deal for me. I didn't pay that much attention to the break because, yeah, I mean, you have commercial breaks all the time where people are laying outside the ring anyway. So, like, I didn't feel like the break was that big of a deal, in my opinion. I didn't always feel like it was a huge deal. But shall we move on?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Moving on to our next one, which is KM, bro. Like, dang, with this man, nothing, zero things. KM had a match against Lashley tonight, and I thought American Top Team, man. I thought that was gonna be his calling. That was gonna be where he finally got a chance to shine. This man ain't did a doggone thing in Impact. This match was awful. Like, I ain't real huge on. I'm not a huge guy with saying like, oh, friggin' that guy's terrible. Like he's awful. He's bad. KM is terrible. KM is awful, and I love KM, but like, and
I thought it was KB
just because he's goofy. Like he almost comes off as goofy in the ring. Like, and I don't know what it is, but like he almost comes off like kind of goofy. Like he doesn't know where to be. He doesn't know how to do certain things. And it may be his character. I don't know, but like for whatever reason, he comes off really goofy to me. I don't like it at all. Lashley destroyed him as he should. But like, yeah, like I don't know. It was.
I think part of it is just the lack of like understanding of what his character is. Like, he just came in as wasn't it like Laurel's cousin or something?
It was
Sienna's cousin.
Sienna.
His gimmick was, "Are you calling me a liar?" That was it. They didn't like there was no background to his gimmick or his character. And I think that's a problem because, and I think that could be a problem with him too. Because if you don't understand or fully understand your gimmick or your character, then you really don't know where to take it. And there's completely opposites. Like Rosemary, she gets her character, she understands it, and she knows how to portray it. Whereas guys like KM, just there's no direction there for him. I don't think.
Gravity, do you got any thoughts on the whole KM situation?
Yeah, he's some garbage. He's been some garbage since the beginning. He had a nice little storyline going on where he was playing in the background and all that stuff in the backstage. But when he get in the ring, he always been garbage. But he was in the ring with my man here, you know. I'm gonna hate to see my man go, you know. This my man. Athletic, agile. My man jump, slam over my man head. Now, KM, KD, whatever this fool name, he gotta be like 6'8", 6'9", you know? My man was straight over his head from standing still, you know? That's athleticism, man. This man ain't, man, Lashley, boy. That's a beast. I don't want to say it all. I'm just gonna leave it to the beast, you know? He's just a beast. Cold, vicious, man. That's my man, though. But this match was, like you said, DJ, complete slop. Unnecessary match. And this is why Bobby Lashley just disappointed me, man. This whole last year has just been a big disappointment, man. And this caps it off. This match right here, you know what I'm saying? He just, it shows his year in this match right here. Even though he athletic, it's hard to get away from some of the stuff he doing. But, God, it's a free fall from the top, you know? Free fall. This is a garbage match, though. But my man's just athletic. Vicious.
It's okay, ladies and gentlemen, because he's going to have a program with Brock Lesnar after WrestleMania. It's going to happen.
Oh, man.
All right. I kind of wrote one on some of the different other feeds that were. This was the point where I ran out of takeaways in this show. I didn't want to talk about Laurel in one because she was in a job. I didn't care that much. I really the OVE LAX thing, and I'm not really talking about these all at the same time. I'm just kind of running them down real quick of what I was thinking. The LAX OVE thing, I was like, yeah.
I was confused as hell with this because LAX comes out, they do their, we that blue pill because we're hard and we serious like this. But then OVE comes out and Sami Callihan's like, we're done with this, we're putting this in the past, but we're still coming after the titles. And I'm like, so you literally just said you're over this and you're done, but you're not done.
Terrible promo.
What the hell is this writing from Impact?
That's how I felt too. Like I was like, what just happened? Like I felt the same way. I was like, he just contradicted himself. And why would you be done with it before you won the titles back? Like, why would you ever be done with it before you won the titles back? Like, there's no respect between these two teams. Yeah, I mean, I like him as a promo guy. I just thought this didn't make sense. Like the promo didn't make sense. I don't hate him as a promo guy. I just think
I think he's great as a promo guy. I just blame that on Impact and you could almost tell he was like, "What the hell am I talking about right now?" Like, I think it was just they told him, "Okay, say this," and he's like, "Are you sure?"
See again, when I was talking about this last week, when the last time I was on here, that when you get rid of people that do good mic work, that's the most important show. When people pick up a mic, once you get rid of them, that's what you're gonna get. People that get out there and don't know what to say.
But
now can you imagine Hollywood Hogan not knowing what to say? Can you imagine it? Ric Flair not knowing what to say.
But you have to take into consideration these days, a lot of these companies, they don't let their guys just go out and say what they want. They script things, not even just WWE. It's other promotions that script things. So he may not have been able to, that may have been the script that he had to say. because he's good at
Now,
promos. We've
I
seen
want to
him.
disagree with you because TNA let them say basically what they want, but this is not TNA. I don't know what this is no more. So you might be right. You know?
Yeah, because we've seen Sami Callihan do amazing promos before, and that was not a Sami Callihan promo. That was a generic Impact OVE promo that they threw at him. It's the same with LAX. We've seen Conan do amazing promos.
It's like a link, people. This man, say this one more time. I swear. Like, I'm so done with this. We serious. Like, stop it, Conan. Stop it. And the funny part was tonight he had other words to say, but he had to say that. He had. Anyway.
I said this when he first came back that I love his work, his mic work, but he says his stuff over and over. He don't know how to stop. He repeats it and then repeat it again.
Again, because it's much. Impact. There's before they go out there, you have to say this, you have to say that, you have to say that. It's basically becoming WWE promos anymore, where you have to say your catchphrase, you have to say this certain line.
I really wouldn't be surprised if right now somebody in WWE own this. Somebody in WWE got hands on this stuff right here. Impact, whatever this is now. You know, somebody over there, either Vince. I'm telling you, you're gonna start seeing everybody come from WWE in here, going from here to there. It's gonna be like a little NXT to them. I guarantee that's what's going on here, man. I just feel it, man. All this back to four sides and all this is just getting carried away. You know, it's too much. It's like whoever owns this don't care about being different, don't care about winning. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. If you care about winning, you don't want to be the same. You know what I'm saying? At no cost. You don't want to be nothing the same as WWE at all. But once you start that, you don't care. You don't even care.
Yeah. And also kind of in this little part I wrote right here, I talked about Laurel and Kara Hogan. I didn't really care about the match too much. I knew Laurel was going to win, and she didn't. But because of Allie costed the match, so that kind of extends that feud a little bit, which is nice to. It's nice to get some direction on that feud. Y'all got any thoughts on the Laurel Allie feud? I definitely. I mean, well, Casey knows this. Rabbit hasn't been on in a while, so he might not know that. I think both Casey and I are really pleased with how Allie's kind of hitting her stride now. She's kind of getting into her own self now. It took a while, but as it should with the character she started with. So, exactly. Rabbit, do you have any thoughts on Allie? I guess more so. Perfect.
Remember when she first started, I was telling y'all she don't need to be jumping out there wrestling immediately. The storyline that she was in needed to roll out for a long period of time, which people was teaching her stuff, she learning stuff along the way, and we seeing that happen. You know what I'm saying? So this happened. This was a nice storyline. It then broke down over the last 6 months, but when it started off, it was nice, and she carried it nice. She grew into a nice character that she can carry out through her rest of her career. You know what I'm saying? So this was a nice character that she bumbled into, and then she took full advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? And turned it into a nice character. Now, who is Hogan? I likes her.
I haven't heard of her. Casey may have. I have never heard of her.
Wait. You never heard? Let me see. Casey, you ever heard of her?
Yeah, I believe she's had matches in Impact before in the past. I think she's also had a match or two maybe in WWE. I know I've seen her before. And she is pretty good. She's one of the ones I hope that they keep bringing back. But I like this match. Definitely was a good match between the two. I like the twist with Allie coming out and causing Laurel the match. I also loved, and I don't know if you guys really noticed this, but I felt like Laurel was exceptionally vocal in this match, like talking to the crowd and talking to Hogan, which I definitely like. I like when, wrestlers are vocal not in the John Cena. Okay, we're gonna do it. But like when you're talking to the crowd or interacting with the crowd or interacting with your opponent, whether you're taunting them or whatever,
Yes.
I like that. I want to see more of that in wrestling.
All right. My last one for kind of this little piece here was the All-Star Tag Team match. I really didn't want to talk about this match in depth, so I kind of mixed it in with all these as kind of building other feuds, and it's kind of building that whole. Really, it's building the fact that Eli Drake basically got rid of El Patron and Johnny Impact, so they kind of got to find other things to do right now. I'm glad that Moose got the victory because right now it really doesn't help them because they kind of made this like it was like a number one contenders type match or like it had like title implications type thing. So like it doesn't make sense for Johnny Impact and Alberto El Patron to have title implications if they can't challenge for the title while Eli Drake had it. And obviously at this particular moment, Eli Drake still had it. So you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have made any sense until after we saw what happened in the main event. But I thought the match was okay. I thought the match wasn't too bad. I didn't watch all of it. I kind of skipped through it a little bit because I just thought it was kind of, it's just kind of okay. But I like that Moose got the win. I always love Moose. I would love to see him as a global champion. I think he do a good job with it. But Casey, any thoughts on the All-Star match? EC3 was in this as well. It was EC3 and Alberto El Patron versus Moose and Johnny Impact.
There's a segment that you skipped over that I do want to talk about after. But
you can talk about it now. I'll probably forget it.
I was just wanting to talk about the backstage segment with Jimmy Jacobs and
I did like that. I wrote that down somewhere.
I'm wondering, hopefully, he brings Abyss back because he said, I want Abyss back, or worse.
I get what I want because I'm a princess.
I love that. I love his gimmick. But I skipped the tag team match. I was waiting for the segment after, to be honest. I didn't care about the tag team match. I had an idea. I knew what was going to happen in the segment afterwards because of the spoilers we got a couple of weeks ago. But I just wanted to skip through to see what was going on. I mean, from what I saw, it was a decent tag team match, but nothing that
would have blew you away. I don't think.
Yeah, nothing that I would specifically have to be like, oh, I have to watch this. I have to see this match.
All right, Rabbit,
I disagree with y'all. This was a good match, man. But I expect EC3 and my man to work good together like that. But if you was to watch this match, they worked good together. They cut the ring off. They kept the pressure on one man the whole time. They worked like a tag team in this match. It was a good match, man. Nice joint. My man EC3 had some nice, his clotheslines be nice. And Moose, when he do that corner joint, that high drop kick joint, then he go back and do it again. Get him higher. Man, you ain't supposed to be getting up, to be honest with you. You should be getting pinned right then and there. But like you said, it wasn't no look it up alert, you know what I'm saying? But it was a good match. It was a decent match, a nice flow, and they worked good like a tag team together. So I ain't expect them two to work that good together, but it was a good tag team, especially with those two.
All right, and finally we got the kind of last little bit here. We got the Facts of Life sponsored by Chris Adonis. Kind of a celebration for Eli Drake. Chris Adonis still, bro, this man. I thought it was okay. It was just awkward. And as soon as he started talking about he was the greatest man that ever lived, I knew, like the greatest blah blah blah, the greatest blah blah blah. I just knew what was gonna happen. So Austin Aries came out. At first, Eli Drake wasn't gonna challenge him for a match, but instead he decided to do it after Chris Adonis attacked him from behind. I think the best one-liner in Eli Drake was the best work you did was sitting behind a desk talking about these matches. I mean, bruh, I was done. Like, and I feel like I know everybody shouldn't have this freedom, but they should at the same time. Like Eli Drake is that good where he has the freedom to probably say whatever he wants to say. Like, I know everybody's not Eli Drake, the best promo man in the biz right now, but I feel like I feel like it's almost harder to sculpt it out and to make it too organized. I think it's almost harder to make a promo too organized than it is to say, okay, go out there, talk about this, but talk about it in your own way. Am I wrong? I could be. Because I mean, some guys aren't good promo guys. I understand that, but is it? I guess, Casey, this is my question to you. Is it easier for you to take full notes on what you're doing with everything you're going to say mapped out, or have bullet points and kind of elaborate how you want to?
I think it obviously easier to have bullet points, and if the guy's good enough, allow them to elaborate. But at the same time, especially on TV with censors and sponsors and all that stuff, you have to, as a promoter or as an owner of a company, you have to trust that guy to not go too far or to not say something that's going to get you in trouble with sponsors or the network or whatever. So in a way, it's a fine line.
Yeah, I agree with that. Rabbit, you got any thoughts on that? Or first off, Casey, thoughts on Austin Aries coming back and winning he did. I gotta fill that in real quick too. He did win the championship, the global championship in like a little real quick match. Kind of hated that he did it this way. Just in my opinion, like, I like the shock and awe factor, but I think only reason I didn't like it was because I felt like he had to work so hard to get his first one, where his second one was just like that. So, Casey, any thoughts on Austin Aries' return?
I liked it as soon as Eli Drake said, "I'm the greatest man that ever lived." I was like, "Yep, it's Austin Aries." So I was hyped. Like I said, I was excited for this, but at the same time, we had broke this a while back that Aries was coming back, and that the spoiler that was that he won the title, because this was pre-recorded a while back. But it was still exciting.
Which is weird too. Like, I guess they're not doing the first taping live show anymore.
Yeah. But I was excited for it. I like that they did this way. Kind of, you get that surprise factor that we don't always get in wrestling anymore. Even though, like I said, we already knew it was going to happen. But it was just something unique. It wasn't next week a championship match that you can get ready for. It was just like that. You have to, and it shows how good a champion is. Can you defend your title right there, right then? And Eli thought he could, and couldn't do it. But I definitely like this. I think this will be a really good feud. I think these two will have a really good feud. So I'm excited for it.
All right, Rabbit, thoughts on the segment, Austin Aries' return, and that's it.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
I like the fact that Austin Aries is back though, man. Because if everybody remember, man, first of all, he A1 grade A, top notch on the mic too. He ain't on EC3 status or Eli Drake, but he's sniffing around in that area, But
also, real quick, I did pop for the banana. I did.
Also, this man short ass though. Like, this man ass.
But if you remember, he had some nice matches back, even during the Hogan era. Everybody keep talking about the Hogan era, but it was better than this last year. Trust me about that. That's for sure. They had the Suicide joint where he had the mask. We come out the mask joint. That was a nice storyline too. I used to love that joint. We came out the joint, him and Hogan. That was a nice joint. Then him and Bully Ray, him and Rude. Nice.
Him and Lashley was really good.
Stop. I don't want to keep bringing up Lash. That's my man there. I want to keep bringing him up.
I'm trying to give you the good memories, man.
The monster.
I'm trying to give you the good memories.
You know, bring back memories. Start going down memory lane. You know.
Did y'all know that? Did y'all know he's leaving the? Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the
He
problem.
leaving to probably get buried in WWE. Yeah, you're right.
Just like everybody. It's a big cemetery over that thing. But yeah, as far as the mic work, man, most people, if you give somebody material, if they good, they don't have to be like Austin Aries ain't flashy with his, you know what I'm saying? But he's not gonna be up there stumbling and bumbling, you know. He might say exactly what you want him to say. He might bend a little bit here and there, but he ain't gonna go off on his own, you know. He not that type of mic work. Now, you get somebody like Eli Drake or Stone Cold, they going off on their own. All you gotta do is give them about 3 words, give them the direction you want to go in, and just let them do. You know, that's a mic work. That's a person that's grade A, top notch right there. Anybody else is not. You know, if you gotta go through step by step, word by word with somebody, they not top notch on the mic. That's as simple as that. You should be able to go left, right with somebody just on the fly, change up stuff, and they hit the mic work. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't even be nothing written sometimes, and they should be able to just flow. You know, because things happen while y'all there in the ring. You know, some stuff won't even apply no more. You know, so you gotta change stuff on the fly anyway, and most people can't even do that. So if you can't do that, then if you on a channel, if you in WWE, you can't say much of anything anyway. You know, so you're not gonna be saying too much, but you can within the fines of their rules blow up using. You gotta just use what they give you. And make it your character. If you can't do that, that's where you lose at. You know what I'm saying? It's just simple as that. This 90% of professional wrestling is your character, and it's simple as that. If you can't get that mic word together and couple it with your character, you in trouble. It's as simple as that. Unless you Lashley or my man over there, what's up, my man in WWE, Brock Lesnar. You gotta be somebody like that don't need to talk at all. Just looking at them, you know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Beating your ass. It's just that simple. That's what they look like. So they don't need no mic work. So when you got a character like Eli Drake, you need mic work. You know what I'm saying? And you just give him little things and he just take it. It's just that simple. You need people like that, man, and on your roster. You can't always spoon feed everybody, you know? Because then you're going to have a bland type of show with nobody sticking out. You would have never got the EC3 character if he didn't go on his own on some of these lines. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works.
All right. I think I like this style of review, by the way, as we wrap up. I think I like it. I think it gives us more room to discuss and debate a little bit more. So we'll try for probably another half a week, and then we all know how we are. We probably change it next week, but or forget about it. Next week we'll just start doing it the normal way and forget about it completely. But anyway, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my article on Daily DDT. If it's not up there yet, it's because I didn't finish it, and yell at me on Twitter for not finishing it yet. But we'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this was your Impact Wrestling review for 2/2/18. Also, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to give us a like. Also, be sure to like the Facebook page, facebook.com/ICW_podcast. I mean, ICW podcast. Apologies, no underscore, because they don't like putting underscores in the URLs like that. They ain't like that. Like they don't like it. But anyway, we'll see you guys next time. We hope you guys enjoyed it. This was your Impact Wrestling review on the Classic Wrestling Podcast.
Out.